Hello, I am Dr. Eurydice Moore, Eurydice MBE, WBE certified consulting firm, and I am a business consultant, 501c3 nonprofit specialist, and a grant writer. I also conduct free grant workshop on that comes online quarterly. Our last one for 2024 will be October the 6th. That's a Sunday from 4 o'clock to 5:30 p.m. So I'm back with you. We specialize in nonprofit setup. We're also a government contractor. I work with a team of people. I have a team and I have an extensive business resource and I have a referral system. So in other words, we're qualified and bona fide to help you do what it is you need to do. So, in this segment, we're going to talk about board development. Okay, when you go into the nonprofit arena, it is a different world. It's different. I have had people that wanted to set up nonprofit and did not know that they need a board. According to law, you must have a board. They tried to want to set it up and operate it like a business, a for-profit business. No, first of all, what I need to tell you that a lot of you don't know, those that want to set up nonprofit, there is no ownership in nonprofit. You do not own the nonprofit. Now, if you set up a for-profit like sole proprietor, LLC, limited partnership, general partnership, S corp, C corp, you set up any of these, there are ownership. But when it comes to a nonprofit, there is no ownership. Where you say, who do the nonprofit belong to? It belongs to the people of the state. Okay, have you ever heard of court cases? Every time there's a court case, it says usually the people of Illinois versus blah blah blah. The city of Chicago versus Jane Doe, the city of Chicago versus John Doe. Okay. Now, in the case of a nonprofit, there is no ownership. It does not belong to you. You are a steward. It cannot be passed down to your family like many times it is done. So, especially in churches, when daddy is on the deathbed, they go find Junior, clean them up, baptize them, lay hands on them, send them to the tearing room, get them filled with the Holy Ghost. Daddy on his way out. And so, okay, now we're going to make you the preacher. You're going to take over. That is illegal. Your board is supposed to vote, uh, and nonprofit cannot be inherited. Another thing, the nonprofit record keeping is totally different than for profit. Even though the IRS said tax filing, it's really not tax filing if you are a nonprofit with that 501c3. If you do not have the 501c3, then any money that come in that is 600 or more, you have to pay federal and state taxes on the money. You have to pay federal and state taxes on the money. So now, now once you have the 501c3, you do not have to pay federal or state taxes. And always check because things do change. When administration come in, we get new president, laws, regulations, policies, ordinances change. So also what you need to know about nonprofit, you are required at the end of your anniversary date to submit what is called a 990, and you are reporting what is called gross receipt. Gross receipt means the dollars, the funding that have come into the nonprofit, either by private contribution, donors, grants, sponsorship, whatever. money that come into the nonprofit, you are pretty much recording it, and then you have to submit on one of the 990. There are different types of 990. There's the e-card, then there's the 990 EZ, then there's other 990 format. You have to uh, select the right 990. So it is important for you to contact a tax preparer, be it a CPA, be it a accountant, a tax preparer that have a background in nonprofit. Okay, before we get into the board, also it is very important that if you're dealing with professional about nonprofit, that they have a nonprofit background. You don't need a horror story. And I'm going to share one case study where I know a pastor had an accountant in his congregation, and she wanted to know, do you file taxes? And she wanted it Miss Helpful. Okay. So she filed his taxes. She filed him as a corporation, not knowing that the church had the 501c3 and was nonprofit. So not long after that, there was a knock on the door, and it was some Internal Revenue agent that wanted to go through his books. Their plan was to seize the church, seize his home, seize his income property, seize property that the church owned, seize the church van, his car, his wife's car. They were going to take everything. So he immediately contacted me and wanted to know what to do. And I'm like, I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole, because I have tried to talk to you before. A lot of time, people, we want everything free. Everything can't be free. You have to do what is affordable, practical, feasible. Everything cannot be free. You have to invest. The thing is to look out for the rate of return for your investment. And if you're not getting any return, then you cut your losses. But there are times when you have to invest. So anyway, he contacted me, and I told him what to do. I said, I'm not going to do this, but I'm going to tell you what to tell your accountant, your member, to do, because she had opened up a Pandora box. You are looking at a nightmare. This is what you do, because he wasn't filed on the 990, but she filed him like a regular corporation. Then he was found to owe outstanding taxes to the Internal Revenue Service. So I told him that what you need to do is have her compose a letter explaining, you know, that the church has the 501c3, therefore is tax exempt from paying federal and state taxes, and submit a copy of that and send it to the person in the letter, send it to them, the agent, and then make sure that the non-for-profit division get a copy, and that will clear it up. So people, when you are dealing with people with your nonprofit, you need to make sure that they have a non-for-profit background. Okay, that's just like you want to go to a lawyer and you want them to pull a tooth. That that ain't gonna happen. Or you go to a lawyer and you like, well, he went to law school, he should know how to do this. Yeah, they learn every area of the law through their years, but then they begin to specialize. You want someone that specializes in non-for-profit setup. Just because somebody got a law degree, you just don't want to go and like, oh, okay, you're gonna go to a personal injury lawyer to do your 990. They will not have. They will have general knowledge, but not specific to be able to do it. And plus, B, they don't specialize in it. So now we're gonna go into what this is titled, which is board development. Okay. Um, as I said, the non-for-profit does not belong to you, and it doesn't belong to your board members. When forming a nonprofit, you should have in mind board members because in order to get incorporated and get the 501c3, you must have board members. Okay, you are required to have a minimum of 3. There is no cap. If you want to have uh 50 board members, you can do so. You can do it. There is no cap. Okay, but the minimum is 3. Okay, no one person can have, or no two people can, or you have a partnership trying to do a nonprofit. You are speaking business. Okay, so minimum 3, and you want to do odd numbers. You don't want to do even numbers. You want to do 3, 5, 7, 9. You don't want to do even number, because when it's time to vote, then you need to when it's time to vote, you need to be able to break the tie. Okay. Uh what else you need? Your board members. Um your board members can live in other states. They can live in other countries, and they could be a board member. The Internal Revenue Service required that you have a board meeting once a year. That's the requirement. Minimum, at least once a year, you must meet with your board member. Okay. Some people like to do monthly. Some people like to do twice out of the month. Some people do quarterly, every third month. They get their board together. Now, in planning to set up a nonprofit, you need to have your board together. Y'all need to set up, and these people are known what is called an initial board. They are your first board. They don't have to stay your board. As time progresses, people lose interest, they drop off, they quit, they don't want to do it no more. They don't want to do it no more. So, that nonprofit. So they are known as your initial board members. Okay. So, what else you need to know about board members? Let me see what else you need. Like I said, they can live in other states. You want to try to get professional people. You don't want to put everybody on your board, Ray, Pookie, and them. It's okay to have family members, but you got to watch that ratio. Everybody can't be your family member on the board. You are allowed to have family members, but they, especially funders, they want to see people in the community on the board. So so you got to balance family and community members. And some funders will ask you how many of them family, how many community, what the percentage. And you want to diversify your board. You want to have other cultures on your board. Then you want to put professional people on your board. What is their background? Try to get an attorney to serve on your board, a CPA to serve on your board, someone that can actually help move your non-profit. Okay. And then you want board member. The main goal, there's two main goals of the board. Board number one main goal is the members, your board members must raise funds for your nonprofit. That is the goal. You don't want freeloaders. You don't want people that just gonna sit on the board and they do just that. Sit on the board. They're not bringing any funding. And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people accept being on the board because they want the title, they want the prestige, they want the power, but they don't want to bring no money to the table. Another thing, your board members should be willing to donate services. If you got a lawyer, they should be able to donate some type of service to your nonprofit. You don't want a bunch of board members coming on and they got their hands out. If they are a CPA or an accountant, they should be willing to help set up your books. So your board members need to be bring funds in, provide services, and then a third thing, board members need to govern together. No one or two people should be setting up rules and regulation. Everyone should come up with policies together and vote on it. And then you need to be taking minutes. You need to record. You need to record everything that you do. Okay? So anyway, that's what I wanted to share in regards to board members. You definitely want people to help you that's going to bring money into the board. So this is one video that I have covered, and the next video hopefully will be on minutes. And then I will be sharing videos. I think I'm gonna look at every Thursday. I will be sharing videos on grants, grants that I do, and I'll be sharing my screen on how to look out for grants. Um, Once again, I am Dr. Eurydice Moore of Eurydice MBE WBE, and you can contact me. Scrolling across the screen is my contact information, my email, phone number, uh, website. I have a YouTube channel that is filled with videos. Okay. And so you are welcome to check out. We're MBE WBE certified consulting firm. And we are here to serve you, to help you. We specialize in nonprofit setup, but we also help for profit, and we also do grant writing, and we provide workshops and training as well. So if you like this video, please like it, please share it, please hit the notification button so you can know about more videos. So God bless, Godspeed. Thank you for tuning in.